What's up, guys? It's Dwayne Taylor, aka Big Discipline. Bang, buttons personified. You know what it is. So yeah, I just want to share my story quickly and tell you about how Crump has influenced me in a positive way. So yeah, like this is a massive opportunity. It's a great charity. I say get involved. So I was going to tell you a very, very condensed story because there's loads. I've been crumping for long. I'm old school generation. One of the only ones left. There's like three of us who are still around from my generation. Yeah, so basically I started crumping about 2006, 2007. I say around that because, there was no workshops, there was no way to find out about what you were doing right. It was just watching videos, looking on YouTube, seeing like what that person's doing in that video and if he's doing the same in this video and trying to work out your foundations and basics that way. There were no workshops. So that's how I got started in Crump 2007. It was an amazing time. It was like a style that drew me because of the energy behind it. It wasn't. It was more than just a dance style, and you can see that when you see people dancing in Crump, you can see that there was a spirit behind it. It was something more than just moves, and I think that attracted me the most because I felt like every style I was doing, because I do other styles, every style I was doing, it was great, but it didn't really hit home with me until I found Crump. It gave me somewhere to express. It gave me like a way to just really express what I was feeling inside, especially coming from the background I come from, in terms of where I come from, the area I come from, and the type of lifestyle I was living. Crump was the best thing for me. Yeah, so that's how I got started. In 2008, what's it? Yeah, I met Kimberly in 2007. I met Kimberly J. She used to hold sessions for us. It was like 50p for like 3 hours. It was amazing. Old school generations know about this, and people that don't know about this don't tell me nothing in Crump ever. Serious. So yeah, Kimberly J started holding sessions, and where she taught me my foundation and basics because she was putting together a crew for a performance, or just a group of people. So she taught me foundation and basics because she learned from Lil C and Miss Prissy when they were over here for Madonna. So she is a massive pioneer, Kimberly J, in the UK, who doesn't get her props. She massively helped to bring Crump over here, and it wouldn't be what it is now if it wasn't for her. She ignited the fire under a lot of people over here, a lot of old school people who paved the way for the new school people who are dancing now, including me. So yeah, Kimberly J taught me basics and foundations, and from there, like I won a competition in 2009 called Style Fest, which then made me say to myself, like, I need to make sure I push Crump a bit more. So I really started to like take it seriously. I formed a crew called Radical. Basically, I was teaching boys in the school, like from with the help of Sadler's Wells and Impact Dance. They put me into a school to teach these young boys, and they drew close to Crump. So I started teaching them Crump. We then turned it into a crew called Radical, and they made history. Like their performances being featured in newspapers, mainstream newspapers, because of Crump, because their love for Crump, and their spirit for Crump, their spirit for God. It was amazing. So yeah, just again a condensed story. So moving along the line, keep pushing Crump, doing things, trying to set paces, always trying to pioneer, always trying to do something different. Like I never went to follow the crowd. I didn't care what any other country was doing. I didn't care if battling is what everyone does. I battle when I want. Like it isn't. I don't care. So that's why I felt like I became a pioneer, because I made my own lane. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. Do what you do. It doesn't matter how much people came against me, which a lot of people did. It didn't matter. I stayed on what I was doing, and through that created Buttons Personified in 2012. Now it was a project at first. It was just supposed to be a group of girls performing Crump, learning Crump as well, learning Crump technique, and learning choreography for the showcase in 6 weeks. And it was a showcase called Serious About Street Dance 2012. Kimberly J, who again gave us another chance to pioneer, like she was pushing and really helping Crump, like where other shows wouldn't be programming Crump crews to perform. Kimberly J was programming us, and she trusted in my vision and trusted that I was always trying to bring something different. So yeah, we brought that year, and it blew up internationally on the Crump scene. It blew up. Like I think I sent it to Kisses at the time, just because like, I had her on Facebook, and at that time, like I had crumpers on Facebook, but no crumpers would ever respond to messages or tags in comments or anything. I sent it to Kisses, and then she reposted it, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, it's amazing, blah blah blah." And then Knucklehead reposted, and Lil Rip reposted, and I see Rekka posted, and all these people just started posting. And I was like, "Wow, all these people I've had on Facebook, looking up to them for years, and they're actually respecting something that we've done." And once again, we were the one of the first, or they were one of the first all-female crews in the world. So they were leading, they were doing something different, and that's what I always wanted to do, just present something different. It didn't matter what resistance, what people were saying, we always wanted to do something different. So yeah, that blew up, and from there again, like I decided to not just have Buttons Personified as a project, but have it as a crew. So we started to develop and push, and obviously things have changed, people have come, people have gone, but the crew that we're stuck with now, I'll say stuck with, the crew that's with us now, like the best possible people I can have with me. I love my little homies. I wouldn't change them for the world. They've got my back 100%, and I've got theirs. And they know this, like everyone's developed so highly. So we are once again making history and just trying to keep pushing. So we started pushing more into Crump Theatre and pioneering in Crump Theatre, doing things again that no one had ever done. So just trying to lead the way, basically. And we did, like I said, like it's not easy when you're trying to do something different. We wasn't doing it for any approval or for anything like that. We wanted to do it because we're artists and wanted to show that Crump is an art. So we met a lot of resistance along the way. We met people, or people not met people, but people came against us along the way, and they still do. But you know, that's life. That's Crump. Doesn't really matter. Yeah. So eventually, like I said, condensed here and there. I did workshops and stuff to develop my Crump, but eventually we kind of had notice from Tight Eyes and Miho, because I brought Miho over here for a workshop to like teach, and got to know him and stuff. We brought Tight Eyes over as well, and Tight Eyes was like although we didn't bring Tight Eyes over, but we met Tight Eyes, and Tight Eyes loved us and kind of loved what we did and loved what we do, because the Buttons Personified went to perform at the first ever Illest International Festival, and that was amazing for them. I couldn't make it, unfortunately, but it was amazing for them. It was amazing for the crew. That's when they met Tight Eyes, and we then had that cross paths with Tight Eyes. So yeah, like we got on his radar, and some of the stuff he said about us, and kind of like, you know, giving us the approval of what we're doing, even though it's different from what you would traditionally associate with Crump. It was approved by the creators, by both creators of the style. And that's all we needed. We wasn't doing it for them. We were doing it for us. But the fact that we got the approval for them was amazing. Yeah, so that's a very, very condensed story. And it's a massive way that Crump's influenced me. In between here and there, I've gone to LA, I've bowed in LA, I met Tight Eyes, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, that's the massive way. Crump is like a massive part of my life, and it's influenced me in a positive. Like I said before, it was something that, coming from my background, is something that I feel like I needed getting into dance. It was one dance style that really matched my style perfectly, in terms of my personality more. It's helped me to create a profession out of it, teaching Crump across the country, across the world. I've taught Crump in Hong Kong, I've taught Crump in Poland, but teaching Crump across the country, creating Crump work, Crump theatre work, creating Crump opportunities for other dancers. Yeah, and like putting Crump on the map, which is what we have done, and especially been developing for so long, putting Crump on the map as more than just a battle style. Of course, this is where it started, battles, but I believe in advancing the style beyond that, keeping the core of it, but advancing it. So yeah, Crump has enabled me to do all these things, which I'm grateful for. I said it was condensed. It's almost 10 minutes. If you sat here the whole time, well done. If not, oh well. Peace. Be disciplined. Bye.